Good afternoon. Thank you all for joining. We'll give just a moment to clear the waiting room. As a reminder, when you are entering from the waiting room, please do remain on mute unless or until you are presenting or providing testimony before the entertainment division. Good afternoon. This is an administrative hearing before the Mayor's Office of Consumer Affairs and Licensing. Today is Thursday, November 20th, 2025. This hearing is being conducted pursuant to temporary amendments to the open meeting law. That is what allows us to meet virtually. This hearing is being recorded and will be posted to the City of Boston's website. We're joined today by the Executive Director of the Mayor's Office of Consumer Affairs and Licensing, Kathleen Joyce. I'll read each item on this afternoon's agenda into the record in the order that they appear. I will then ask who is present on behalf of each applicant. You'll make a brief presentation regarding your proposal, followed by questions by the Entertainment Division, and there will be an opportunity for testimony, beginning with elected officials or their representatives. For members of the general public who wish to testify, please limit your testimony to 2 minutes, and please state your name, address, and affiliation, if any. The first item on this afternoon's agenda is Parsons CC Selfie Opco LLC, doing business as Common Craft, located at 85 Damrell Street. The application is to add the live entertainment categories of disc jockey and instrumental vocal music up to 6 performers, 7 days a week until 11 p.m., both inside and on the outdoor patio. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Good afternoon, Director Joyce, Attorney Green, Attorney Nick Zazula, McDermott, Quilty, Miller, and Hanley. Here on behalf of the applicant, with me today I see is Larry Leibowitz, who's the LLC manager and proposed manager of record. This is a proposed Common Craft restaurant. It's at 85 Damrell Street, which is in the new Washington Village development in the Andrews Square neighborhood of South Boston. Premises is just shy of 8,000 square feet. It's on one floor and consists of about 6,400 square feet of interior space and a seasonal outdoor patio of just shy of 1,600 square feet, which is on private property. There is a proposed overall restaurant closing hour of 1 a.m. As well. Likely only going to be operating until then on the weekend nights of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then the patio proposed closing hour of 11 p.m. Again, typical hours. The general theme is for a full-service restaurant. It's going to have an associated tap and tasting room, wine bar, and kind of a speakeasy style cocktail bar. So really kind of 3 custom environments kind of under one roof, a mixology room, a wine room, and kind of a common area. Each of these spaces will kind of have its own DNA, unique design elements, etc. We did provide before the hearing to MoCal just a presentation which shows kind of these details if you've had the chance to review. It will have a bunch of custom art installations, basically paying homage to craftspeople with their different stories and, all the restaurant folks who in their tools and how they've historically been used. And the idea for the concept is to bring these kind of trades and stories to the forefront through design, education of staff, event activations, marketing, etc. As it pertains specifically to the live entertainment, it's really meant to be an accompaniment to the overall restaurant experience. This is not a standalone live entertainment venue whatsoever. It's really that the planned and likely live entertainment will be things like a small band for background music, a jazz brunch, perhaps a DJ spinning hip hop records in the background. Again, really as an accompaniment to the overall restaurant experience. Finally, lots of combined experience in the industry. Larry and his team opened Common Craft in Burlington in May of 2022. So almost 4 years now. I'm sure it seems like yesterday for Larry, but it's been open for almost 4 years now. They were, if you may recall, approved by the Boston Licensing Board for an all-alcohol liquor license. in October of last year, so a little over a year ago. And since then, they've been in full swing on construction. They do have a planned opening in January. So it is under construction. It's taken a little bit of time to get there, but they are under construction, and the hope, I think, is for a planned opening at the end of January. And I'll just finally say that we did meet during this entire process with the Andrews Square Civic Association. We did submit a letter of support from that group for the concept and for the live entertainment. So I'm happy to pause here, Madam Director, and Larry and I can answer any questions you may have.
Sure. And I obviously remember this application on the alcohol side, but I want to spend some time digging into the entertainment.
Yep.
South Boston is a neighborhood now that we're seeing a lot of different types of entertainment, lots of new development, lots of new residents where there weren't residents living before, which means a lot of noise complaints that we're getting. So can you talk me through what kind of entertainment is going to be on the outdoor patio? Can you talk me through what kind of sound mitigation was done at this location? I understand it's a new building, so a lot of that might have been built into it. And from my perspective, when I drive by, it's a lot of residents around. So talk to me about sound monitoring, what you plan to do to make sure you're within the sound ordinance. And, are you going to be logging sound measurements, and how are you going to work with people who live in the area and that may have complaints about sound being too loud?
Sure, absolutely. Larry, I don't know if you've thought, I mean, I know it's still under construction, if you want to touch on a few of the questions. Again, we did, I think generally the idea is, as I had mentioned, for the entertainment to be, really an accompaniment to diners and patrons and people who are there eating. So the idea is not to drown them out with loud music or loud entertainment, because that would, not really be conducive to a great dining environment. But Larry, do you want to address some of those specific questions? And
Yeah, absolutely.
Larry, before you start specifically on the outdoor patio, is there going to be like the band, the DJs there, or is that just going to be speakers, with bringing the music from inside outside? That's kind of what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, so that'll just be speakers bringing the music from the inside to the outside. And to address your concern, we've had an extensive look at this for sound mitigation, working with the landlord who is equally as concerned on sound, whereas we have engaged an audio firm called Centec to do a thorough evaluation and monitoring of the sound premise, and that's built the notion of how we're constructing the ceiling and how we're doing insulation for sound protection, given that there's residents directly above the restaurant. So it's very much top of mind, the idea that there are residents around us. In fact, very much so that there's residents right above the restaurant, where we are putting spacers in between the ceiling, creating a second ceiling grid, and then using foam insulation and other construction adhesives to mitigate against sound penetration.
Okay, that's helpful. So there'll be just speakers outside. I recommend you have the speakers facing the patio, not the neighborhood.
Yes, so it's proposed for two speakers, and it's really just for the sound to carry to our patio area, which encompasses a side portion of the building. That green space is not our space, nor do we plan on entertaining that space.
Okay, and then do you plan, I mean, you're not opening until January, but I highly recommend, and maybe it's already part of your business plan, to have some sort of app or some sort of physical sound monitoring machine, and familiarize yourself with the noise ordinance. Those are important things. You might not think the sound is traveling, but the way those buildings are built, it could bounce. People could be feeling it across the street, up in their apartment. These are things we hear daily, and I also recommend having a 24-hour contact for anyone should they have a complaint so that you can turn these things down in real time.
Sure, understood. Duly
Uh,
noted.
okay, and then tell me about the community meeting. What kind of concerns were raised regarding this entertainment request?
I don't recall there being any issues raised during the community meeting. We did have discussions about the closing hour being 1 a.m. For the liquor license and the restaurant in general. I don't recall there being any large input as to the entertainment. Basically, I think because of it being an accompaniment, again, not necessarily being a place that's going to be a destination for entertainment per se,
Okay,
the destination being the restaurant and the overall experience. Larry, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember there being major issues with the entertainment. But I do think it was mostly based on who the operator was, the fact that it was new construction, all the things that Larry mentioned from a sound attenuation standpoint, right? I don't recall there being much of an issue. And again, I think a lot of it had to do with it being it is a newly constructed building where some of the modern sound issues can be dealt with ahead of time. But yeah, no, and Larry, I don't think there was much at all about the entertainment.
No, no. In fact, I didn't hear anything. It was the concept was very welcome. I mean, as far as us being a steward of the space and part of the neighborhood experience and delivering food and beverage and entertainment in a very respectful way.
okay. I just want to confirm, that you're not gonna be moving tables and chairs for people to dance. Okay,
No,
and then how many instrumental vocalists? I think it's for 6. Is that right?
yes.
On the application?
Yes.
Okay, do you anticipate using any sort of promoters, bringing promoters in?
No,
No.
Okay.
no,
Uh,
we don't, no, Madam Director, we don't anticipate any promoters, no cover charges, none of that type of stuff. I mean, unless it was very specific, but no, that's not the plan.
And will you have security staff?
So we won't have dedicated security staff, but we'll have staff that are trained on crowd control throughout the shifts of the restaurant opening.
Okay, and will you have security cameras on the premise?
We will. We have 16 cameras both inside and outside, in addition to the several cameras that are on the perimeter of the South Standard building from the landlord.
And do you know how long they retain the security footage?
Ours will retain it for 7 days.
Okay. And just finally, if you wouldn't mind, when you are ready to open, submit to the board or to Entertainment Division a security plan, dispersal emergency and operation plan, please. So we can have that on file.
Okay.
Um, okay. I don't have any other questions.
We'll see if there are any individuals with us who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives.
Good afternoon, Madam Director. Siggy Johnson with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. This application underwent an ONS community process in conjunction with the application for a liquor license. The Andrew Square Civic Association supported Common Craft as a concept and took no specific position on the entertainment component. We would ask that if there are any plans for entertainment after 11 p.m., that the applicant turn to our office and re-engage the community process. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I do see a hand raised from Councillor Flynn's office. You may please provide your testimony.
Yep, thank you. My name is Ashley from Councillor Flynn's office. Councillor Flynn would like to go on record in support based on feedback from the Andrew Square Civic Association. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? If there are no others and no further questions, then the Entertainment Division will take this matter under advisement and will issue a written decision. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next item on this afternoon's agenda is SGH Seaport LLC doing business as Bambola, located at 225 Northern Avenue. The application is to add the live entertainment categories of disc jockey, trivia, instrumental and vocal music up to 5 performers each, 7 days a week until 2 a.m. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Good afternoon, Director Joyce, Secretary Green, Tom Miller from McDermott, Quilty, Miller and Hanley on behalf of the applicant SGH Seaport, located at 225 Northern Ave. Today I'm joined by Richard Sullivan, the manager of record under the liquor license and proposed manager of record here, as well as Jairo Dominguez and Ty DeStasi, who are the remainder of the ownership team. As the board is aware, this team has extensive experience in the restaurant industry. They've worked, for more than 2 decades. Their portfolio includes spaces that the board is well aware of. The office is well aware of. Foxhole on Newbury Street, Rock and Ryan, the Theater District, as well as places outside of the city, RFO Sullivan's, and Madre Oyster and Austria and Bar as well. The concept here, just to refresh everyone, Bambola evokes an Italian villa in the Gilded Era. The menu here includes interpretations of Roman classics and Southern Italian cuisine. It provides food that feels comfortable and familiar in a memorable way and in a grand and ornate environment. Here, the proposed entertainment is to add to that experience without becoming the focus of the space or the night. The DJ will allow them to control the way in which the music shifts and change to match the environment, the food and the ambiance, the mood and the ambiance, and to allow them to also control it on a song-by-song basis if they want to kind of shift the feel and the environment of the space in the same way, just as a song-by-song ability to enhance the experience for their customers. The live performances, it's the same idea. It's just another option for them to enhance that experience and offer something that's also not readily available in the Seaport area. There's not a whole lot of live music down there. The live music, the idea is here for live jazz and other music to act as a background to enhance the experience of those patrons, but not become the main focus of the event. Add to things like their brunch or their after-work experience. All live music and DJ, the idea here is that it will maintain at the level of background music or maybe slightly above background music, but not, I said it before, not become the focus of the night. The focus here is the environment and the food, and this is just a way to add and enhance that experience for their customers. The trivia being requested is the same. Their customers, since coming in here into the space, Richard, Ty, and Jairo have reached out and worked to become part of the building in the area. And a lot of the people who come down from the building have said, hey, there really isn't trivia in the area. There really isn't kind of a way to connect and kind of make a local watering hole type space. And as such, they have had their customers ask them for trivia and things like that. And because of that, they want to provide it. The sound system here has been designed in a thoughtful and thoughtful way to minimize any impact. They use smaller speakers spread throughout the space. This allows the team here to really cover the area with sound, but without having to raise the volume. So everybody gets to experience the same sound, but they don't have to crank the volume. It is a more intimate experience, but at a lower level. They specifically chose not to put subwoofers on any columns to prevent any transmission of sound up through the building. It helps maintain any noise that is created here in the space. The space here is relatively newly built out in a relatively newly built out building. The space was originally designed with sound mitigation in mind, but as the team has updated the space here to match the concept of Bambola, they have further made efforts to mitigate any sound emanating from the premise. They've added noise deadening foam above the already existing drop ceilings. Both of those things help keep any sound created inside the space. furniture and fixtures here are heavily upholstered, so that will also absorb the sound. And there are also, a lot of draperies, which will help absorb the sound. This team here is experienced. They understand how to operate this in a way that will be a benefit to the community and not affect it in any negative way. They're looking to just add this as part of the community and look forward to doing so. I know you have questions, Madam Director, and we're happy to answer them instead of me just talking at you.
No, thank you. Appreciate it. Some of my questions are standard and may sound crazy based upon your description, but we go through a checklist. Could you please, when you have a chance, follow up with us with a floor plan and label on the floor plan where the entertainment area will be?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
And then can you confirm the capacity? Is it 236?
That sounds right to me.
Okay. And then just confirming the hours, inside 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. 7 days and no outside entertainment, right?
There's no proposed outside entertainment.
Okay. Let me see. No dancing by patrons?
No.
Okay. Any use of promoters or cover chargers?
No.
Okay. And do you have security staff?
Yes, they have dedicated security staff. Not heavily because this isn't this isn't that type of environment, but
Yep.
yes, there will be security staff. And there's also, to step ahead, there's also a security and dispersal plan that we will provide.
Thank you. Do you guys have cameras on the premise and how long do they record?
Yes, they do. I do not know how long they record. I'll have to
Okay.
ask Richard to answer that part of the question.
All right.
Or high roll or tie.
Okay. Do you restrict ages after a certain hour? Like, is it 21 and plus, 21 plus after like 10 p.m. or something, or?
Yes, sorry, excuse me. Yeah, we do about 9 o'clock now,
Okay.
especially with the ways, with Snowport in the area.
Oh, okay.
So we do, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Any issues that were raised in any community meeting or butters meeting that you want to share that we should be aware of?
No specific issues were raised. There is, because the abutters meeting was held a while ago, we're not 100% sure exactly how much of the live performers were discussed.
Okay.
But we've been in communication with Norm and Seaport Neighborhood Association about that. We're going to absolutely continue that conversation. I know Norm's on here. So we're absolutely going to continue that conversation.
Okay.
We, as I said, and as the focus here is just background music and enhancement of the experience. They're not going to become a venue. No promoters, no cover. So, but I'll let you continue.
Thank you. Those are all the questions I have. You did a great job. I have no other questions.
Thank you. We will see, and I do see Norm is here, who can maybe expound a little on the community process. But first, I will ask, are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Good afternoon, Madam Director. Siggy Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. This applicant underwent an ONS community process in conjunction with an application for a liquor license. Seaport Neighborhood Association initially supported a DJ for ambient music. They were not presented with information on the trivia or vocal music aspect and would like more information on that aspect of the proposal. That background, our office would request that the board not issue any decision until the applicants have followed up with Seaport Neighborhood Association, and we defer further judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you. I do see once again Councilor Flynn's office with a hand raised. You may please provide your testimony.
Thank you. My name is Ashley from Councilor Flynn's office. Councilor Flynn respectfully requests that the proponent to please work closely with neighbors in the Seaport Neighborhood Association to ensure both music and trivia remain at suitable levels to not adversely impact the quality of life for residents nearby. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? I see a hand raised from Costas Tingas. You may please provide your testimony.
My name is Costas Tingas. I am the chief engineer here at Park Lane. We manage the building here at 225 Northern Ave. I just wanted to say they've been great tenants up to this point. They've been very responsive for everything that we've asked of them. So I'm on behalf of them getting this entertainment license.
Thank you very much. And I also see a hand raised from Norm Lind. You may please provide your testimony as well.
Thank you very much, Norm Lind, Seaport Neighbor Association. Siggy described it extremely well. We were concerned because it felt like things had changed a little bit, going from just background DJ music to being live entertainment, trivia, local watering hole kind of feel. The testimony, we've communicated with Attorney Miller and given those communications and what has gone on the meeting and the excellent questions asked by Chairperson Joyce. We have no more issues and we are supportive of this application.
Thank you very much. The final hand I see raised is from Jennifer Hovermail. You may provide your testimony as well.
Hi, Jennifer Hovermail on behalf of Massport. I just wanted to share that we support this this indenture for them.
Thank you very much. That actually might clear up the last question we would have had. So thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the Entertainment Division will take this application under advisement as well and will issue a written decision. Thank you.
Thank you.
The final item before the division this afternoon is Tall Ship Restaurant LLC, doing business as Tall Ship at Pier 1, located at 1 East Pier Drive in East Boston. The application is to include additional entertainment, including audio devices, TVs, board games, up to 5 instrumentalists, game areas to include shuffleboard, bocce, ice hockey slapshot, a stage with an LED screen, and seasonal sports activities such as a skating rink and a hockey. Who's present on behalf of the applicant?
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, Attorney Green, Elizabeth Pisano from Upton, Connell, and Devlin, counsel for Tall Ships in East Boston at 1 East Pier Drive. With me is the owner, Charlie Larner. This application is to amend their existing entertainment license to add 5 audio devices, 5 widescreen TVs, board tables, instrumentals with 5 pieces, ice bumper cars, and ice skating. This application is in conjunction with the liquor license application to expand their licensed premises to add 120,000 square feet of outdoor space to build out this winter village experience. So we are looking to amend the existing entertainment just to add the entertainment on this new side of the pier. During the colder months, the focus will be on family-friendly winter activities like ice skating, bumper cars, hockey slapshots, warming huts, concession stands, decorative lighting, landscaping to create a festive waterfront experience. And then the plan is to utilize the space year-round in a way that is seasonally appropriate and consistent with the character of the East Boston waterfront. So in the warmer months, the space will transition with other sports and recreational use setups such as bocce ball, shuffleboards, rollerblading, things of that nature. We went over this at the licensing board, but I will just touch on it again, that this is something that has been discussed and agreed upon in the Tall Ships lease with the Massport since the beginning of the Tall Ships about 5 years ago. It's just now coming to life. Charlie has gone through the approval process for their plans from the Department of Environmental Protection, the Conservation Commission, and the ice skating rink is included in their Chapter 91 state license. They've met with the JPNA and discussed these plans with them over time. We held an abutters meeting on October 29th. Nobody showed up to that. We've received support letters from nearby residents, the East Boston Chamber of Commerce, and East Boston Main Streets, which have all been sent into the board already. Charlie has met with the neighbors. They've incorporated their plans, just to get their input and make sure that they're catering to the neighbors and what they want to see happen there. The expanded area is going to remain under the same ownership and management. The security personnel and police detail will all remain in place to ensure safety compliance. All alcohol service will occur within the controlled license areas under staff supervision. Security checking IDs at the door, as they always have, pretty much status quo with how they've been operating up until this time. We're just going to double that. So it's going to be increased security, increased employees, things of that nature. But I will turn it to you guys if you have any questions for us.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Very good explanation. We do have some standard questions because Rebecca's not here today. I want to make sure I cover them for her purposes, but
Absolutely.
some of this Chapter 91 stuff is outside any sort of expertise I have. So if I repeat something and the answer is it's in Chapter 91, just let me know. So it sounds like the ice skating rink was part of that agreement way back.
Yes.
Okay. And then the uses of that rink in the warmer months, are those covered in the Chapter 91 agreement as well?
Yes.
Okay. And then
This is new to me too. You know, I'm just licensing.
So is the entire property Massport?
Yes.
Okay, so
Charlie, that it is, right?
Yeah, it's the entire property is Pier 1 in East Boston. We
okay,
activated half the pier, and when we initially went for the licenses, we just showed the footprint of the part we are activating on the specific pier. But it is owned, the entire pier is owned by Massport, and our license from day one has always been for the entire pier.
okay. What is the added capacity of this new space?
I can tell you in 1 second. I have that. Just 1
I
minute.
don't know it off the top of my head.
Oh, you could forward to us, Libby.
I do have it. I do have it. 1 sec. It is the new capacity is the occupancy is 3,000. The seating is 1,250
Total.
total. Let me see if I can email you. I can get you the specifics
Not to worry.
of what's being added. I just have to dig through my description.
That's fine. And then who's the manager on the entertainment side?
I am.
Mara. And then, I mean, I don't expect to have a lot of noise from a skating rink, but I know we've had a lot of conversations with you, Charlie, about noise mitigation. I'm anticipating the answers are the same, continuing to work with the community to take into consideration those noise issues should they arise. And then Rebecca's questions, do you restrict age after a certain time of night?
So that's a kind of a loaded question. We've changed it over the years based on feedback from different groups, including the Department of Environmental Protection and the neighborhoods. So the DEP wants this pier, because it's a waterfront pier, to be available for anyone of all ages to be able to access at any time. So we originally made it 21 plus once it was dark out. The DEP asked me to change that, so we did a few years ago. So it's been open to any age group
That
because
makes
of
sense. And do you use promoters or have covered charges for any events?
we do not use promoters, and similar rule that we have with the neighborhoods, and we are limited to we do not do cover charge, but we do have ticketed music events, but we're limited to those on a yearly basis, I believe to 10.
Okay. And then would you mind resubmitting to us the security dispersal emergency and operations plan that you have so we can keep that on file? It might have been updated since the last time we requested it from you.
Yes,
And do you have cameras on premise?
we do.
Okay.
The total number, I'm not exactly sure, but we have somewhere it's going to be around like 40 or 50 cameras.
Okay. And do you know how long the footage is retained?
They're kept in a cloud, so they're retained indefinitely.
Great. I have no questions. Thank you.
Right, that is all the questions. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Good afternoon, Madam Director and Mr. Secretary. Siggy Johnson with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. This applicant completed the ONS community process. Our office hosted an abutters meeting earlier in the fall at which no concerns were raised. The Jeffreys Point Neighborhood Association is aware of this application and is in non-opposition. That background, our office defers further judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the Entertainment Division will take this matter under advisement as well and will issue a written decision. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Those are all the items before the division this afternoon. Thank you all and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
You too.